Hi, how's it going? So today I want to make this video to teach you guys how to be alone, because it's not something a lot of people talk about, because it's not something a lot of people are willing to do. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to be alone, because there's benefits to it. For me, I'm purposely not in a relationship or anything right now because I want to, find myself. And I realize that every time I find a relationship, I don't know, so far it hasn't worked out. And I don't want to, sidetrack myself when I'm doing so good right now with myself. And so sometimes you have to put yourself in the situation of being alone to see how well you can really stand on your own, because you don't want to be able to you don't want to have to fully rely on another person. That's good sometimes, but other times also, if you put all your trust in one person and then they take that trust, you have nothing left for yourself. And so I want to tell you guys a few Bible verses that have helped me when I've been alone. So Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." And this really is talking about how if you really turn to God and you beg Him and you ask Him and you cry out to Him, He will help you and He will give you strength to be alone. And I'm going to be so straight up with you. I'm happier being alone right now by myself without a relationship than I was with any relationships, because I don't know, there's nothing like, sometimes you don't need a relationship, and I think it really takes some maturity to realize that you don't need a relationship, and you have to also learn to be able to rely on yourself and not rely on others, and be comfortable with yourself. And a lot of people aren't comfortable with themselves, and that's why they get into a relationship, because they don't want to be alone. And that's a lesson we all need to learn at some point in our life, is how to be alone and to be able to be alone comfortably and being comfortable with yourself. And that's part of the reason a lot of people don't want to be alone, is because they're not comfortable with themselves. They don't like themselves. They want to escape from themselves, so they turn to someone else to help them escape. And that's also boils down to self-love and not feeling loved. And I'm here to tell you that you don't need someone else's love. You have love already. There's love already for you, and that's God's love. You don't need to find an external source of love. You already have all the love in the world. Let me ask, because let's just do a little test real quick, okay? What if I told you that there was someone out there who you've never talked to a day in your life, who knows everything about you, yet you know nothing about them, who loves you so much that they would, die the most brutal, painful death and accept nothing back? And there is someone like that. His name is Jesus Christ, and He died for you so you can live a loving, free life. And He loves you so much, no matter if you feel it or if you don't feel it. He is there for you every day, night and day. He's there whenever you might not feel Him, but He's going to be there, I promise you. And God gave us His word that He's there for us, no matter if we feel Him or not. He promised us that He's always going to be there in the hard times and even in the good times. And so I have another Bible verse, Psalm 34:18. "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." And that is God's promise to us. When we're broken down and we are crushed and we are beaten down by life and destroyed, God is going to be there for us, and He is going to bless us and take care of us. And God's blessed me and taken care of me. I'm telling you, dude, ever since, I've had heartbreaks before, and that's not always a bad thing, because that can show you that that's not your person. And that's okay. You have to be willing to accept that. And to be able to find your actual person, you have to move on from those people before. And I have a quote right here. Sometimes we need to be alone to discover ourselves again. And that's definitely true. And sometimes we can lose sight of taking care of ourselves, because at the end of the day, you can't love someone if you don't already love yourself, and you can't take care of someone else if you're not taking care of yourself already. So I just want to leave you guys with one thing, and that is God is with you. You are not alone. And there's a difference between being alone and loneliness, right? It's okay to be alone, because that's how you find yourself. That's how I found myself, is by being alone, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing whatsoever. So it's okay to be alone. Remember that God is with you. God is taking care of you. So yeah, have an amazing day.